Turn up the volume, wake the crowd. F'nAround, stop the day. Rest and rage, we got something to say.
Good morning, and welcome back to F'nAround in the morning on December 11th, Wednesday. This is Joe.
I'm JJ, everybody. What's the word? Good morning, good morning.
You're looking like you're all in warm weather today. What's going on over there, buddy?
No, it's just nice in the house, dude. It's fucking shitty down here, and I'm still sicker than a son of a bitch. But
she keeping you sick for the Peter Griffin voice, huh?
yeah, I'm just gonna purposely keep myself sick so I sound sexier on this show.
I bet it's working. I bet it's working. If they could hear you, they could go. But here's the thing, though. We got the voice like that. When are you gonna start doing some what's that thing called where you do it in the music and you jump in?
Oh, ad libs?
Yeah, you should do some ad libs.
Yo, if anybody ever wants me to, I definitely got them. They just got to reach out. So if anybody wants me to do some ad libs with his voice while I got it all fucked up, let me know something.
Oh, I think it'd be great. I mean, you can even do it like a teleprompter voice or do the sports.
Like a narrator thing.
Yeah.
Like I could narrate the Winston Churchill documentaries and shit like that.
How was that? I saw you posted about that.
Fucking amazing, bro. You listen, I don't care what nobody says. Winston Churchill is a fucking goat, dude.
Oh, he's amazing. I will give you that.
Absolutely. And he's got a lot of bullshit behind him. Like I learned a lot from that fucking interview. They snatched the war from him and gave him no credit. That man fought a war by himself for 3 years, dude.
Yeah, he did some amazing things.
Yeah, so it was definitely a solid documentary. Nice job, Netflix. You guys did a good job. And I do have something funny. I have a picture I want to send you and Mo, dude.
Okay.
So there is a really high rating movie on Netflix. And guess how long it is?
25 minutes.
16 minutes. We're going and we're writing scripts after the show and we're pitching them to Netflix, dude. These guys are taking anything these days. Me and Ange are sitting there and it's like ranked in the US today. And I'm like, what? How the fuck is this thing number 6? It's fucking 16 minute long. They're just letting anybody put anything out these days. So I think Timeless Wolf needs to start banging out scripts and send them up over to fucking Amazon, Netflix, and everything ASAP.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree. We should start making shorts and throwing them on YouTube. I mean, we could make the next Cobra Kai.
I mean, come on, let's go. Like, what the fuck? I mean, they're taking anything, obviously. They're not turning away too much shit because the quality of movies on these streaming platforms fucking sucks.
I mean, we got to give it up for the fact that Blockbuster fumbled that so bad that Netflix became huge.
Yeah, well, that's Blockbuster's fault. We still should be able to watch good movies.
I agree.
What the fuck?
No, remember, so Netflix approached Blockbuster and they were going to try to get bought, and Blockbuster said nobody would do it or go for it.
Oh, well, hey, now listen, sorry, never mind. I retract my other statement. Fuck Blockbuster. You guys are goofies, dude. These guys are paying fucking $10 a month for the same fucking movies on rotation every year.
$10 a month? Isn't it like 20 now or something? It's going up. Remember when it was like 5 or 6?
Yeah, I do remember when it was 5. And then now they got that shit where if you're not literally in the same household, they're monitoring it and then they're charging you more on your account now. So like if me and my brother are sharing and we go over the limit, they start charging or they tell you, oh, too many people are using your streaming platform.
And not only that, when you're in the same house, you can't have it being streamed on more than one TV at once, too.
So Santino cannot watch Disney Plus in his room while we have Disney Plus going on downstairs. It tells you have too many people streaming in the household. Yeah. Explain to me how that makes sense.
No idea. Not only, it's funny though. So, because you know how close my mom and I are, right? So yeah. we have somewhat of a mesh network. Sometimes we overlap in areas of the houses because we're so close.
Of course, yeah.
Right. So sometimes I get a text from her, hey, Joe, are you watching Netflix? Anything important? I'm like, do you want me to jump off? She goes, yeah, I'm trying to finish this show. So then I switch network.
It's like, damn, I'm giving you guys fucking, like you said, $20 a month, $15 a month, and me and mom can't watch the same fucking platform at the same time? What the fuck's wrong with you guys?
But it's not a big issue, because for me, like with ADHD, I'll jump around, I'll watch a million things at once, right? So I don't care. So I'll jump from show to show to show. That's how it works. I mean, half the time, you know it. Like I got my computer, I'm doing some emails, I'm listening to music, I'm watching the show. I'm doing 3 million things at once while I'm strategizing, trying to take over the world or take down some foreign government or some CEO. You know how it goes. That's what I do.
Yeah. No.
But the fact that like I have to get a text like, hey, are you on Netflix? It's like, oh, come on. Like, really?
Yeah, no. See, fuck Netflix. That's fucking bogus. You guys need to fix that shit. That's crazy. I like to watch my documentaries, and my son can't watch DuckTales and shit while I'm watching docs. So
Oh, I
figure it
love
out.
DuckTales, man. Did you get him into Darkwing Duck yet?
Dude, yes, of course. Of course. He does not watch. I mean, the only new cartoon that he thoroughly enjoys is Bluey, right?
Okay, never seen
But
it.
other than that, DuckTales, Rescue Rangers is a really big one, Darkwing Duck.
Bluey sounds like
all
something
the
that's going to
old
happen in the bedroom, though, not a cartoon I'd have a kid watch.
It's actually solid, dude. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie to you. It's actually solid, and that's really surprising because you hear about all this crazy shit that's going on with all the other kids shows.
Yeah.
I thought that it would be the same thing, but my son was watching a show before Bluey called Trash Truck. And
Never heard of
the
it.
theme song is literally "Stinky and Dirty." That's just what I need. It's literally like the theme song to the fucking show is "Stinky and Dirty." It's like, oh, so we're teaching kids that they don't need to bathe. That's
Right.
that's
Oh.
cool.
What about Freakazoid? Remember Freakazoid?
Yes, I do.
Nobody ever remembers that shit.
Of course, dude. I was a cartoon dude. I was a cartoon guy.
Oh, me too. Big time.
Yeah, I was
and
a cartoon guy.
the Saturday morning cartoons, you get home from work and you watch it. Whether it was, you're the cartoons, you had the Power Rangers, the VR Troopers, Beetleborgs.
Man, remember like Hey Arnold, all
Oh,
those ones. Oh my god, Doug. Remember Doug?
Yes, of course, Doug, man.
Doug. Dude, that's
And then-
fucking crazy.
And then you waited all week for TGIF on Friday.
Yeah, Full House, Family Matters,
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets. Oh my God, Topanga, where you at, girl?
Yeah, everybody. Topanga was one of
Hey.
everybody's first crushes.
What do you mean? She like me and her kind of talked. You know what I'm saying? We kind of. She like the stuff that she was saying on the show was really meant for me, but nobody really knows that. So if you're hearing this right now, you got an exclusive.
And then we had the all that and all that, but I don't want to get too much into Nickelodeon after that. That is the documentary I did watch.
Yo, I didn't watch it, but I heard it was solid. I got to get to it, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's gonna change my perspective on a lot of that shit because I hear that Mac. I heard he was really. I heard dude was like relevant, like really bad to these kids.
Yeah, very bad, very very bad.
Wasn't that the, so? I don't know. Wasn't that the situation with that Amanda chick?
Yep, that was the situation with that Amanda chick.
Well, Amanda something
Vines.
right? Okay,
Amanda
yeah. So she was like the main person in that, right?
Not in that documentary. It was somebody else.
Well, no,
that
I'm
was the main-
talking about like the Nickelodeon scandal. Wasn't it like her and Drake Bell?
Yeah, it was mainly him, but yeah, she was part of that as well.
Man,
but she
dude.
so she probably would have been a main staple if she was on the show, but she wasn't one of the people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
They
I
did,
understand
but
that
they
she
talked
also
about her
had-
a lot, and they built like the show was built a lot around her character, but she was not one of the actors who.
because she had a rough go of it, like since Nickelodeon, right? Like things have been super fucked up for her.
Oh, very bad. I mean, look at what happened in her life. I mean, you knew like she was all over TikTok. I even talked to her for a bit. She talks to people on TikTok and try and hit you up for money all the time.
No,
Yeah,
that's her MO.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, slow down, man. Slow down, Chiquita. There's no reason for that. Man, that's one we got. Listen, I'm gonna watch that this weekend, and we're gonna do a little something on it. Then I want to see that. That's interesting. Now I want to see that.
I mean,
That's
and
really
you know,
crazy, dude.
and you know, I'm not a documentary person. I don't like documentaries. I'd rather
am.
read. I'd rather read about it or
Mhm.
watch like the based on a movie real life and then compare it. So I like to
Yeah.
pull up like the Wikipedia page and all the news articles when I watch serial killer movies, everything, because I want to like compare the lineup and see how they do it. I don't
Yeah.
want a documentary to tell me, okay, this is how you should feel or think. I'd rather
Mhm.
it's just like I want to create my own opinions.
No, that's a fair assessment of it. I like to see. I'm a reader too, but I'm not gonna lie. I'll dive into them good documentaries. But once I start to see that they're super far fetched, or they're probably just more people's opinions, like Winston Churchill's, the one that I just watched,
Yeah.
probably one of the best ones I've watched in a very long time. Because it was all on a factual basis. They were pulling facts from history, which we won't be able to do pretty soon because they eliminate all the good shit from history these
They
days.
usually do.
My niece doesn't even know who Winston Churchill is, and she's almost 12.
That's sad. Hey, by the way, did they in the documentary? Did they do that quote about him about
Which
Madame?
one?
I may be drunk, but in the morning I'll be sober and you'll still be ugly.
Listen. They did do something about
Variation
his
of it?
drinking. No. They did dive into something. I don't think that was it. They did talk about how a lot of his best things that he's ever said were when he was drunk, though.
Oh, that's awesome.
So-
By the way, in my opinion, if I remember from history and what I've always done, if you like
Mhm.
Churchill, what you should dive into next is Roosevelt.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, he's like the American version. It was like Churchill versus Roosevelt. They were like counterbalances on other sides of the world.
But he's the one that screwed him, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. I meant as characters for their country.
No, they were literally literally identical. But what the U.S. did was the U.S. weaseled its way into the war at the end, right? Which obviously we needed, right? So I'm not going to say that we didn't need the U.S., but the U.S. waited 3 years to get into the war, and then formed a partnership where, like George W. says, George W.'s in the documentary a lot, dude. He's in there a ton.
Oh, wow.
He says it flat out. Whoever's cutting the checks and whoever's the strongest country is in the driver's seat.
Right.
What did he say? Biggest dog in the pound? That's what he said in the documentary. So as soon as the U.S. inserted themselves into the war, it's now the U.S. calling the shots, right?
It's kind of like history's written by the winners.
And you don't even literally. I love history, dude. I've been watching World War II documentaries and reading up on it my entire life. Not saying anything weird about it. Hitler's just always kind of fascinated me, right? In a sense of, I can't believe that a man of such high intelligence, right? I've always been curious as to where that switch got switched. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What triggered that man to think that this was the way to go about things, right? Because there's definitely a right way to do what you wanted to do, and there was a wrong way, and you went way further than that, Hitler, right?
Did you have a good history teacher in school?
Amazing.
I had Mr. Off. He was like one of my favorite teachers of all time for history. He got you involved with it. He made fun of you. That's actually where I met Brian and my other buddy Kevin, and we first decided that one day we wanted to do a coup of a country.
See, if you have a solid history teacher, you've made it in life, dude.
Right.
Because I'm not going to lie to you, the best lessons are learned from history.
Right.
And I don't want nobody to take it the wrong way. I do not support Hitler, right? But you cannot deny somebody's intelligence. You just can't.
And if you don't teach about history, you're doomed to repeat it.
100%. So what I couldn't get is how Churchill, right? Churchill, you don't recognize him as much for World War II. You don't recognize it. He's a part of it, but everybody thinks of what the U.S. went through, Japan, and so on and so forth. What about the fact that Winston Churchill fought that war by himself for 3 years?
So I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I'm a huge geek. I love Doctor Who. Like I do that.
My brother does too.
Yeah. So you've heard my phone when it's actually on loud and you're near me. That weird noise of the spaceship coming in for the TARDIS. It's the noise that it does. Everybody's like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, "It's the TARDIS. Don't worry about it." But if you watch Doctor Who, Churchill always plays a significant part in there because it's BBC and British history.
Yeah, and they give him his flowers
multiple times.
Even when they were. Because after the war was over, Churchill was, I don't know Great Britain's laws, but for whatever reason, he was forced to call a general election.
Okay.
Right. So he had to go and he had to call a general election, and a lot of people didn't want him in office no more. And the Labour Party that he was fighting against, their slogan was something along the lines of "Cheer for Churchill, elect Labour," or something. Don't quote me on it. It's not. But even though they wanted him out of office, they still recognized that he did what he did, and they were like, "Cheer for Churchill," right?
Right.
Too bad America can't get on that. But what's sad is that Americans don't teach enough about Winston Churchill and what he did for that war and the part that he played. Yeah. So I think that it was a really nice documentary. If you enjoy stuff like that, it's definitely a solid one. Go check it out.
Yeah, I might have to check it out because I'm a big Churchill fan. As I said. Yeah,
I'm even bigger of a Churchill fan now that I know more about like what this man had to go through during World War II and them years, dude.
Did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother, by the way?
Yes, I've seen it, not repeatedly though. I do know the show, yeah.
So do you remember the episode when Ted Mosby read the Teddy Roosevelt book? Roosevelt book, and he's sitting there and he's at a party having a discussion with a guy and a girl about the book. And he's thinking that this guy and these two guys, him and this other guy, were competing for the girl's affection, talking about the book and how important it was. And in the end, he found out that the guy floated both ways and they were both competing for his attention. All over Roosevelt.
All over good old Roosevelt, man.
No, yeah.
Man, dude, yeah, but solid documentary, man. I recommend anybody to go check it out. Definitely informative.
Oh, it sounds like it. I mean, look, our little 30-second intro turned into like a lovely little
Holy
Churchill
shit,
trade.
I didn't even realize that was 15 fucking minutes on Winston. Hey!
Sorry about that, everyone, but you know
Yeah,
when a
my
story's
bad.
good and something in history is worth
Yeah.
talking about, we're going to fucking talk about it.
Yeah, my bad. But shout out, hey, Winston, we got you, my boy. So we got you more than the regular whole country of America does. So if we can get up on BBC, let us know something. But
Maybe you shouldn't have Brexited and the rest of the continent would have been supporting you.
Yeah, right. So, what's this? Bears get approved, huh?
Yes, they did. About time. I mean, but it still doesn't mean they're going there for sure, right? But they did get a nice tax break. The Arlington Heights approved the tax break for the next 3 years, basically 24, 25, 26, all the way through 27, right? So
yeah, but what's the stipulations on these tax breaks?
So they do have to make progress. They got to hit these goal lines of different things they have to do during the time. But if by 2027 they start doing their permits for the approval for the zoning in order to make it a stadium they're going to use, they can continue this on until 20 all the way to 30.
And them tax breaks are big for 2030, right?
Yeah, it's going to get bigger because of the fact is, like for example, right now it's right between 8 and 9 million is what they should be paying for taxes on the property. They picked it up for a little under 130 million for this massive parcel of what used to be the racetrack, but they're dropping it down to like almost 3 million.
No shit.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of loss of taxes, isn't it?
That's a huge chunk.
If they miss their goalposts and their deadlines, right? It's going to go back up to the normal taxes, and they have to
the whole deal's null and void. Then
they're going to raise the taxes, with the normal index and push it through. But let's also look at the fact that they're banking on what's going to come from it, right? So did you see those numbers on how much they're trying to spend there yet?
No, I did not.
So they're looking at about.
Oh, wait! You're talking about the spend on the stadium?
The build.
Wasn't that upwards of $5 billion?
Yeah, it's supposed to be about $5 billion. It's supposed to be like an epicenter, like a transit area. So,
so you're talking about like a Las Vegas Raiders situation?
Yeah, but without the Vegas, but with the like a destination. So here's the beauty of it. If you look at it, so if they do a full stadium there, it would have a mall, it would have food, it would have hotels. It'd be a massive owned destination, right? But don't forget, this is still at the racetrack, and it's out of the city of Chicago. City of Chicago has a rule on what? Gaming, right? Yeah. So they have the casino, but they got a rule on gaming. That's the racetrack where gaming was once allowed, which means you could put slots.
Yep.
You can also put OTB. So
that's what they had there.
Yes, that was a racetrack with OTB as well.
OTB, no slots. Yeah, OTB was there.
So now if you do that,
used to work there.
With the same rules, right? With the same rules that go in effect for Arlington Heights, don't you think that's playing into their bottom line and their thoughts of what they could do off season, as well as what's going on when you're allowed to take sports bet, not just on your phone, in person when people throwing cash around for these events?
Yeah, but what does that say? Excuse me, for those milestones that they have to hit, though. So if they don't hit those milestones, it does you no good that all that's there, though, right?
No, it doesn't do any good. But there's also no guarantee that they're actually going to do this facility. It could just be, think about it this way. What if it's a giant leverage play, $130 million leverage play to get a better place by the lake and get taxpayer money? So
and get the park district to folk up that dough, baby.
And Pritzker.
Hey, fat ass, get your pocketbook out.
Because you're talking about a $5 billion massive venture here, but they're at, which they would have to do, they would do themselves with investments and groups. And if you're doing something like that massive there, you're going to start bringing in the tenants, get some involvement from them, do some land leases, set it all up and get it all financed out, structured out with investments all over the world coming in. You do it by the lake. It's not that massive of a facility because you still have the city, but you're asking for the TIF money. You're asking for that tax incentive money from the city. You're asking for taxpayers' money to build it out. So it could be a massive leverage play because in the end, it might cost less than the city because they're taking it from everybody else. But they have the ownership, control, and majority stake if they stay in Arlington.
So what is the city's position on the money that they're going to take out of the city if that move happens, though? How does the city probably feel about that?
Why do you think the city's trying to offer other locations? That's why they're looking at doing that park district stuff.
Do you know what these other? I haven't seen these other locations. What are the other ones that they've?
It's supposed to be like over by the lakefront. Like I don't exactly know where, but it's supposed to be.
So that's where that $130 million leverage play you're talking about comes into play right there. Then
right there.
So the city's pitching The city's pitching other locations, and you believe that there's a possibility that there could be a leverage play coming in here where they're like.
And well, that's what it originally started as until they actually, don't forget, they actually bought the Arlington property. This isn't like a thing. They own that property for $130 million. But if you think about it this way, yeah, that property actually has great benefits for the future financially for them as a corporation and a company. But now if you go to a city play where you stay in the city, you could wash that 130. You could still turn into a development. You could sell something out. Maybe you can reenact, see if you can get some old licenses or do something as well there too, and still make it a destination play. But $130 million leverage versus you're asking for $900 million plus in tax dollars.
Yeah,
you're still saving like $700 million bucks.
Jesus.
See that? If it costs you less than $200 million to save you $700 million, is that a nice leverage play?
That's a very nice leverage play.
But it costs money to make money in that play.
Yeah. Yeah. And sorry, I know you're picking up some background noise. Chooch is going crazy.
What's he listening to today?
No, he's getting all excited. We're going to see Santa tonight and shit. So he's looking for the elves and all that goofy ass shit. But whatever makes the little Chooch happy is what we do because that's my man's.
I was thinking about this morning on doing my miles But what if you did something funny like Tino's top tunes of the week?
Oh.
Yeah. Let him do stuff he likes and does his own little top 10 countdown. Like you were bringing back Kids Bop, but his version and called Tino's top tunes.
I want to get everybody's opinion. What do you guys think, man? I'd love to get little Chooch involved, man.
Right? Get him his own little show. He doesn't because it's not sitting here for an hour. You just let him pick 10 songs he likes. Yeah. Let him one sentence on each, record them all together, put them in.
You're talking about 25, 30 minutes tops.
Right. And then give it a tink and make her put it all in.
Yeah, and then we get him on camera every once in a while to do his little introductions for what his songs are and shit. I like it.
I thought you would. And
you
do it. And honestly, you could do it every day when school ends and make it a little thing for kids to listen to. It's like,
hang on one second, Joe. I'm going to walk away for 1 second. The door opened. Hold on.
No worries. So while he's walking away for 1 second, I really think you should push him on this idea. Blow him up, harass him, make sure he realizes Tino needs this show because I think kids would actually listen to it like Kids Bop.
Oh, I mean, you would definitely get a lot of people to tune in, and plus, Chooch is so fucking personable, dude.
Right.
Sometimes he talks better than I do.
But I was thinking about that because I'm like, that would be funny, because then he could talk about it, he could do it, but it's just even if he just says his top 10 and why he picked them, every week he does it, and honestly, it might be the same songs every week, but people might just tune in to listen because they like it.
Yeah. No, we definitely got to build more on this then. Yeah. We got to build more on it. I like that.
Yep.
I like that for sure.
The only issue I see with this is the wifey for you might have to restrict the songs he picks.
She tries to do that anyways, but it's kind of impossible, dude. I mean, it's impressive because he can recite all of Little Chris's music from front to back, dude. I'm telling you, he knows all of Little Chris's and Stunts and Tommy's. Pretty much every track, not all of Stunts because he really just touches on the new stuff,
right?
And then Fifi on the Block and Back From My Feelings. Those are things that we've listened to with him. But I mean, as far as overall, he pretty much just got every artist's music down.
And you and I were rapping Eminem when we were little.
And he knows. You ever hear Doomsday by Eminem? That Benzo diss.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember that.
So. He knows that.
Wasn't it the follow-up to Nail in the Coffin?
Yes. One of these days, I'm going to get him to do it on audio. But I mean, it's kind of crazy that he knows the entire song by heart. So I like that. We definitely got to get Chooch's tunes up here and his playlist going.
Speaking of that, did you see that interview with Benzino where he's crying about the fact all that shit happened?
Oh, dude's a little bitch. Dude, listen, you're mad. This is why he's mad. His daughter is checking a bag in the hip-hop industry, and I'm almost positive she's probably doing OnlyFans, right? Maybe not. I could be assuming, and I could be wrong.
He could be photographing it.
Yeah, but what you're upset about is that you didn't make it. Your daughter's making it and wants nothing to do with you. So, that's why you're kind of butthurt. And then I don't know how Eminem got involved. It doesn't even make no fucking sense. You and Eminem should have never even crossed paths.
Yeah. You had to go out of your way to cause an issue with Eminem.
And you picked the wrong one because Mac Buddy's got you, dude. As much as I disagree, I think Eminem's music recently is garbage. I think when he was fucked up, he was better. And that's bad to say. I'm glad you're clean, my boy. But when you were partying, your music was 10 times better.
I will say his new album is better than some of his last couple, though.
Well, then I'm gonna have to check that out to its fullest extent then, because he's been super.
You're right. You're right on the sober stuff, right? His stuff
Yeah.
before that was way better. But I'm saying the newest one he just dropped, he tried to go a little back to the original.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, because
like
that's what
Houdini,
makes him.
You heard that Houdini song, right?
Yes.
That's what I mean. Isn't that more like he's trying to be like the original? He's still not the original. What
was.
was
That album where a lot of them wasn't that Curtain Call or something like that?
Where I was thinking more like go back to like Slim Shady and Marshall Mathers.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, God,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. But once you started getting that Curtain Call and stuff, it started sliding out. Even his D12 tracks were fucking awesome.
Oh my God, fight music.
Oh my God,
One of the best songs ever made, dude. One of the best songs. You know, that was a solid situation he had up over there, man. D12 was decent.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah, I guess it speaks towards the time though too, because back then there was nobody doing the shit that he was doing, and now everybody tries to do it.
Right.
So everybody tries to get on a mic and be unfiltered with their music, right? And nobody pulled that off better than him. And you got all these people that try to repeat that, and they're never going to be able to do it. So.
And how culture isn't today as well. You couldn't pull it off.
No.
Like if you started today like that, they might cancel you out the gate. He's been around so long and he's been cemented that he could do what he wants, and no one's going to cancel him. Look at it. Look at the jokes people made. You can't even cancel him if you wanted.
Remember I think the song is "Hi, My Name Is."
Yeah.
Where he says,
first one he popped
sit
off
me
with
next to Carson Daly and Fred Durst and hear him argue over who she gave head to first. I mean, back then, dude, of course, I'm sure Christina Aguilera probably wasn't the happiest person in the world, but nobody in their right minds was screaming, cancel Eminem, dude.
Right. No one.
No, actually,
they were like
cancel wasn't even used back then.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Chooch enjoys him some Eminem for sure. So we're definitely going to have to integrate that into the situation. I like that. Look at the way you're thinking today, Joe. You're on fire.
I'm kind of getting my creative stuff. I mean, this sobriety's been suited me.
You're trying to take my fucking job, and I know it. I'm calling Vadim when I get off of this fucking episode, and I'm telling him Joey's trying to take my job.
Check our contracts. Make sure we're good.
Please look at this shit. He's trying to take my job, dude.
Actually, I'm trying to get Tino to take your job.
Well, low key, I wish, dude. I talk to him about it every day. The other day he told us that he wants to manage artists and be an artist. And I was like, how many artists do you want? I was like, 10. He goes, no, you say that's too much, Dad. And he's just repeating the shit that I tell you guys and the stuff that I talk to everybody about. So he's already learning from a young age. So shout out to my little guy, dude, man. I love you. You're the best. I posted a little video. He was kicking it with me working last night while I was getting some stuff done in here. I dropped that video about looking for the DJs.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Touching on that, we are looking for DJs to give mix shows to.
D with like dog, not B as in like boy.
Well, I mean, if they want, they can do that too. I don't think you're turning down nothing over there. Maybe Mike. We can send him Mike's way.
Mike's way. I mean, it sounds like we're going to need Vadim if we do that, though. But
it sounds like anything we do, we need him for. So it's probably great that he's one of my best friends and the best attorney in the country.
Okay, next time you talk to him, tell him I want a sign sent to me. Have him send me a sign for Glozman Law. So every time we say something bad, I'm just gonna go.
Yo, what if we get
Come on.
Listen, we should go get a cardboard cutout of Vadim
over our shoulders
behind us, and whenever something like that gets brought up, you just point.
Yeah, but we got to be careful about it because it might go diddly with the Diddy memes.
Oh yeah, you got all them crazy people out there. You're right, dude.
They got that all this me. It went from Shrek on your back being all creepy to Diddy.
Yo, speaking of Diddy, right? How about Jay-Z? Jay-Z going to see Mufasa with his family last night. He thought that was the best play after you just had rape allegations.
I mean, what are you going to do? Double down on stupidity? Oh,
well, I mean, he obviously did.
Did you notice how Beyonce's sister went viral for liking that post about calling Jay-Z a rapist?
Was that her sister or mother? I did see that.
I thought it was her sister. I don't know.
So it's one of the
It's
family.
one of the women in the family.
family clicked the like button and supposedly got hacked, right? So it's crazy how everybody chalks it up to being hacked, but I can tell you, I've had Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter since day one, and I've never been hacked. Now I know nobody's had a reason to hack me, right? But who the fuck is gonna hack Beyonce's sister or mother, whoever it was, to go press a heart button? Bitch, you press the button.
Well, people do. I will say people do hack. I've had issues with it. Funny, like yesterday, I was reading my emails. I had an email where I got banned from Bumble, and I'm sitting there like, "What do you mean I'm banned from Bumble?" It's like you've been banned from Bumble with your communications with women. I'm like, I don't have fucking Bumble.
Oh, so somebody's over there trying to do the hanky panky as Joe Phelan, but they're
Right.
not Joe Phelan.
Exactly. I'm like, how am I getting banned on Bumble when I don't have a Bumble account?
Is Bumble the one that's for like you know what I'm saying?
No,
guys?
that's
The
not
guys?
that one. Wrong one.
Isn't there one of those that them people got?
You're talking about Grinder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
what
one
it
in
is.
all the TikTok meme videos where they do the sounds and stuff. No, this
Oh,
is Bumble.
so Bumble's something different. Okay. My
It's
bad,
like
Grinder people. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just trying to understand.
So Bumble's kind of like a Tinder, but like a little different setup, I guess you could call it.
And what would be the difference?
You can't connect until the girl connects with you.
Oh, so you can't get scammed till you agree to get scammed.
Exactly.
Oh, good job, Bumble. You guys are doing great. Oh God, man! I'm telling
But I was
you.
dying. I'm reading this email because I do my email reading in the morning, like on my phone. I'm doing my miles. I pull it up. It kind of checks me for the day, and I'm like, wait, how am I banned for something I don't have?
Joe, stop harassing women on Bumble.
Exactly,
Okay?
right?
You're my business partner. We have more respect for people than that. Stop harassing these people.
Yeah, my response was, can you let me know what city and state did this? I'd like to know who's logged into this account, and can you show me what they're saying?
Well, it's
Like
going to
that.
be fucking Bangladesh or something like that.
But I wanted to see because I want to see what conversations got it banned. I'm like,
Yo, I'm sure Mo's listening to this, but what if it was Mo doing it? What if the city is Chicago and it's like Mo doing it from downstairs under your name?
oh my God, that'd be hilarious. So in college, by the way, before there were Bumble and Tinder, my roommate, who we know, used to have a dating profile of me, right?
Yeah.
And he would set up dates with pretty girls, and he would set them up to go to the bar and not tell me. And then he'd go to the bar and act as my roommate, apologizing how big of an asshole I was. And for standing them up so he could swoop in for the kill.
That's fucking genius. So then he's the shoulder to cry on because you stood him up. And he's getting the coo because
and then I'm
Captain
getting
Save
sworn
All.
out in the morning by these girls. And I'm like, what the fuck? It took me months to figure out he was doing it.
Hey, smart fucking man.
Great, right?
My roommate's a piece of shit. He stood you up. Let me get some of that cat.
Yeah, exactly.
And it worked.
It definitely worked. And I'm getting cursed out every morning. He's loving it.
Yeah, you're the piece of shit, and you don't even really care because you weren't trying to get the cat. But
I just thought of somebody I insulted at a bar drunk because that was back when I used to say a bunch of stupid shit when I was doing shots. I'd literally stand on bars. We had rip-off pants and we'd do the jump on it dance in Speedos.
Oh, man, remember the snap pants?
Hell yeah.
Man, I used to love doing that, like, before sports and shit, before you go play with, man.
Somebody's got a video out there of me and Brian riding around on Vespas in Speedos.
No.
Yeah.
Yo, if whoever's got that video, drop it to my DMs.
He's going to make it go viral. And
Fuck
it was two girls' Vespas. So one's pink and one's purple. And there's us in Speedos driving around the streets on Vespas and Speedos.
And I'm gonna put the video out there, and I'm gonna put stunt song "Can I Touch" behind it. I've been moving fast, chilling on the back, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Hey, I like it. I'm telling you. Hey, if you need marketing tips, slide on me.
Oh man.
Hey, no, but that's some good shit, dude, man. You know what I like, dude? I'm able to call Joey. I call Joey Leonard a lot, right? He's doing really good. We talk a lot now.
Yeah.
And I get to tell him how much we get to talk about Brian on here.
Yeah.
Dude, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I know I know people aren't really going to necessarily understand this, but Brian, go fuck yourself, dude. You should be right here with us, my boy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if anybody would have thoroughly enjoyed this situation more than us, it's him.
Yeah, except for the fact we'd probably get banned because he'd be behind one of our shoulders pulling out his cock.
Over with, dude. That's what I'm saying. You would just turn around, there'd be a penis in your face somewhere, and he'd be fucking still going from the night before, getting ready to go to work.
Oh man.
Yeah, but you know Joey really enjoys it, and then for everybody that doesn't know, Joey's our friend and basically like family to Joe Phelan over there. I mean, all of us, our families all grew up together, but Joe and Joe Phelan, they have a long history, them two, and he's got the boxing gym in Mokina that we talked about the other day.
Yeah.
So like I said, he thoroughly enjoys, and it makes him happy that we get to bring Brian up a lot of this time. It's been happening a lot too. So I think that's nice.
No, speaking of bringing him up, by the way, did you hear what type of weapon that guy used for our boy Luigi used?
Oh yeah, he was over there doing the 3D printing lit.
Yeah. Do you know Brian and I tried to do that in college?
Yeah, dude, but you guys weren't trying to assassinate nobody though.
No, we were just trying to figure out how to make them so we didn't have to go buy them because we thought it'd be hilarious to have a bunch of 3D printed guns that worked.
Hey, Vadim, make sure you check this episode out and make sure we get Joey situated in case some fucking ass clown in the fucking social media space wants to fucking bitch about him saying he wanted to make 3D guns 15 years ago.
Oh, but I mean, the problem was, you know us back in the college days, right? And back when we were younger, like, do you really think we could have figured out how to pull that one off?
No.
Nah, dude, we barely functioned. We barely got up for classes.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when you guys were at the Paul. Oh my god, dude. So dude used a fucking 3D printing gun, and then what did you hear about the unibrow stuff? Did you see the pictures?
Yeah, I saw the pictures. Did you?
So the person in the video and in the cam footage has regular eyebrows, like you, right? Regular eyebrows. I've got thick eyebrows, right?
Yeah.
I've got ones that go in kind of deep right there, right? But even me, when you go look at dude's Instagram, I mean, he's literally got one eyebrow. It might as well just be drawn across, right?
Yeah.
So he looks like one of them fucking, them bulking fucking ladies that have all the hair and shit where they're old.
Oh, from Dodgeball, the girl from Dodgeball.
Yeah, that Chiquita Banana. Yeah, she was a fucking winner. He looks.
She actually looks really good without all the doll-up stuff.
Oh, I bet she does. Yeah, her and her unibrow. So dude had a massive unibrow, right? So now, once again, you got these internet sleuths that are going to get to the bottom of the situation, right? And we're going to keep giving you all the info because that's what the fuck we do. But something, the math ain't mathing here.
Not at all. But now, speaking of math ain't mathing,
well, no. Speaking of what?
The math not mathing. So you saw my tweet today. Should we ask him?
Yeah, of course. Ask everything.
So, Mr. President, if you can pardon a cokehead, can you pardon our man Luigi?
Please. He deserves it too. And hey, listen, while you're at it, I just got like some small heroin stuff and like coke shit in my background. If we could take care of that too, I swear to God, I'll make paintings for you. I mean, I swear, I've never done nothing wrong besides drugs. I don't have no violence. I'm a really nice guy, Joe Biden. If you could slide one of them your digs my way, I'd appreciate it.
You got one of those cards for get out of jail free cards, just so I can keep it for the future if I ever decide to go back.
Printing those before,
right? No, I agree. Like they give it out everywhere. Just
like, and low key, make them like the same exact thing, except you can't put Monopoly on them and shit. There you go. But oh yeah.
I keep one in my wallet at all times, just in case.
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 We need to get ones that the presidents can pass out willy nilly. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen, I seen this guy on TikTok. I'm gonna give him one.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what they do.
Or you know what we should do? Start printing cards, like trading cards, Topps cards, with politicians' dicks on them. So when they pull us over, we show it to them like, oh, you got one of those? We got to let you go.
Oh, so you got Theodore Roosevelt's cock. You're decent.
Right. I was thinking more active politicians, like more of like, yo, dude, he sexually harassed me.
We might as well use all the presidents. Fuck it. Listen. If we put Michelle Obama on there, bro, we might need 2 cards to fit the cock.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
But
We
you
could
know what I
make
mean?
it
It's
the
almost like
Joker.
it's like a get out of jail free card, but it's a blackmail get out of free card. Jail free.
We could make Michael Obama. I mean, Michelle
Speaking
Obama.
of blackmail,
No, listen. This is all in fun and games, everybody. We're just fucking around, dude. Just trying to get some laughs out there.
you're starting to get the
Obama,
name of the starting to get the name of the show.
Yeah, I don't care if your wife has a dick or had a dick or did not, got it cut off. Listen, your choice. You're
Borrowed
having
yours
sex.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm just having fun. So don't the internet start fucking yelling at JJ. And if you do yell at JJ, don't yell at Joey. Yell at me. Bring that shit this way.
Also, he doesn't want to end up hanging on a Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, they ain't gonna do that.
But I like throwing it out there.
No, we always got to be safe because you never
Yeah.
know. Mac Buddy was only cooking for Obama, and magically nobody knows how he got killed on the presidential complex that has all the security secrets. It's supposed to be the most secured area in the country, and you're telling me not one person knows how your chef died. Come on, man.
Marilyn Monroe probably knew how to get in.
Maybe he caught the chef and Michelle. Maybe he caught the chef and Michelle together. Speaking of politicians, though, question. Now, everybody knows, right? I'm a Republican, right? That's just what it is. But I think Ron DeSantis is a fucking psycho for what he's doing. What do you
do this time? What do you do this time?
What do you think about the government getting involved in the ages that are allowed to listen or watch social media? What is your position? Now, remember, I'm saying this the right way, Joe.
Right.
I know. I want your position on the government stepping in.
So I think that's a little bit of an overreach. If it was a federally done across the border for something where, like movies, let's go to movies, right?
Yeah.
With parental guidances.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. That makes sense because now you're doing a standard of living operations across the country saying this, you have to follow these restrictions and guidelines to be approved for this audience. And it's supposed to be taking care of the youth of America.
Okay.
But for a state level to check in, state, I think it's a little bit of an overreach and it's giving too much governmental control.
It's a fair position.
Yes.
So now what is your personal belief on it?
Personal belief on it? Yeah, what the fuck is he thinking? Like, the fuck? I mean, like, seriously. Like, you are literally talking about the next generation of voters. Remember how pissed we were when we couldn't watch an art movie when we were younger? You're telling me now I can't use social media? So now here's the problem, right? Let's take this a step further. When we couldn't watch our movies, we got them bootleg from our friends. We went to our friend's house to watch it, right?
Burn CDs, so on and so forth.
So on, so forth. Now, if you're telling kids they can't use social media, any social media, right? Now you're going to have kids making accounts with older ages, which is going to remove those restrictions of a child account, which means now you fall under the purview of older men looking at these kids. And that's what I'm doing, because when you have kids on social media where you know they're kids and you could fall under the social media restrictions that they're trying to, I'm not saying it's 100% right, and it doesn't work 100%, it works 100% of the time, but at least they can have some type of safety protocols in place on that social media to protect them or try to.
And now you're taking that away.
Because you're making them sidestep it and go through as if they're an adult, then that means, okay, Mr. fucking weird fat fucking some basement in the middle of nowhere fucking anywhere who can't talk to a girl in his life is going to start sending shriveled little shrimp to these fucking kids because he thinks they're of age. He's not going to get in trouble. Now you got a fucking problem.
Yeah. So like, for example, like my niece Delaney, she's 11, right?
Right.
She spends a lot of time on social media. Let's say they do the ban.
Right.
Right. And we live in Georgia. That's Florida. But I'm just saying, let's say it was banned.
Right.
What you're saying is now you've created a situation where you're going to have a bunch of kids making these fake accounts that are going to have no protection.
And their parents can't oversee it as an adult account with parental supervision.
Yeah, because now they're going to have to register as adults, right? Because you've taken that option for kids to be on there away, right? So now you have to register as adults, which means you've opened yourself up to the adult world, no restrictions. Joe Schmo could pull his cock out on camera, and you can't stop him from that.
Not this Joe.
Well, maybe.
No.
I tried to set you up there.
You definitely did.
But so how do you fix it, Joe? How do you do this the right way? How do you make it so? Because listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I think social media is fucking our country up with these kids. I have to tell my niece all the time. Listen, you're on your fucking phone. What the fuck are you doing? You're on this. You're on that. You're on this.
I mean, let's be very honest. You were in grade school or high school, and you were still writing ASL on AOL chats.
No. So listen. I didn't have a cell phone until I was 19, dude. I'm 35.
Wait, don't forget, with a cell phone, you couldn't do that. I'm talking about on a computer. Because remember back when ASL was a thing,
but I said that to say this.
Yeah.
Our family wasn't with that shit. Now, I did have an AIM account, dude.
Right.
I did.
Wait. What was your AIM account name?
Oh, dude, you don't want to know.
I'll tell you mine. You tell me yours.
Take It to the House. But I spelt it wrong because I like Trick Daddy's song. You know, the song M.I.A. Take It to the House. So I liked that song, and I meant to make it Take It to the House, but I spelt it wrong, and it was Take It to the Hose.
Mine was I spooged on you.
Right.
And my buddies was in DI too. So when we went in chat rooms and we kept talking, it said I spooged on you in DI too.
Oh man. Yeah, so we didn't operate that way, dude. My mom and dad did not let us get cell phones till we were really, really old, dude. My sister had a cell phone when she was 16.
And she ruined it for the rest of you.
Yeah, and we didn't get them. I didn't get one till right before I turned 19, I got my own phone. And still, at that time, I was catching cases and shit. So I wasn't really in tune with that. I played outside, bro. I played football every weekend. I didn't want to. Now at night, me and my boys, right? Like if I had like a sleepover, all my guys kicked it. Of course, at night we were on the computers with the bitches all night. I'm sorry, with the women all night. My bad, y'all are about to probably start going crazy with the women all night, right? But during the day, dude, we would have much rather have been with the women instead of talking to them on FaceTime.
Right.
My nephew will literally consider him kicking it with a girl. Him on FaceTime with them. Like, man, I was kicking it with this girl last night. You know what I'm saying? We were with this chick and we was on FaceTime. Wait, what?
Dude, that could be a guy with an AI filter.
I mean, when I was younger, man, I wanted to touch you. I wanted to be with you. I wanted to talk. I wanted to kick it. Now, of course, we weren't always together, but the problem is you've created this scenario where these children rely on social media to get through life. Even dating, think about how rough it would. Oh, actually, no. You don't need to think about it. You know about it.
Yeah.
You're a single man. Think about how rough dating would be in this day and age. I am so happy I don't have to go through that, and I have the most amazing wife in the world. Shout out to wifey. I love the fuck out of you.
Well, no, I completely get it. And even so, like, it's just meeting people in real life now is hard too. And then not drinking. Where I met everyone out of bars, I don't meet anyone anymore. I spend most of my time on the mic with you. And how many times have you and I joked that you and I are in a closer relationship than fucking with anyone else?
Well, we are. They just don't know, and we're not going to tell nobody either. Fuck them.
Hey, you can tell your nephew me and you are kicking it every day.
Yeah, right. I'm just going to start telling people that's what I'm doing on camera all day. I'm with that big, sexy hunk of man.
Speaking of lies that you're saying, let's speak some truth. What's the spotlight of the day?
So, dude. Major spotlight that I seen on your story, dude.
Okay.
And this is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. We normally try to highlight an artist or something like that, but I seen something on Joey's story today. He was doing his miles. He posted a picture of a house in our neighborhood that we're from on Taylor and Racine over there in Little Italy. They put a basket out with waters and drinks in it, and you know, it had the most heartwarming sign saying for the delivery people who are doing all this work during the holidays, you know, here, this is for you, happy holidays type shit, right? So to know that there's still stuff like that going on, especially with how bad we know our neighborhood has gotten over the years.
Yeah.
It really did something right there because I'm proud of, you know, where we're from, dude. It might not be what it used to be, which, you know, if anybody from the neighborhood's listening, we can all agree, right? The neighborhood is not what it used to be no more. But it's them little things that you see still going on like that, dude. You know who it reminds me of the most, dude?
Who?
Your mom.
I sent that picture to my mom, too, and she loved the idea.
Dude, so your mom, when I lived there, bro, when I lived next to Carms, you would see your mom doing everything, you know, especially around these times of the year, right? During Halloween, Karen's going door to door getting people to register for a trick-or-treating, right? Then you have like during Thanksgiving time, she's doing something with the neighborhood. Christmas time, something with the neighborhood. Italian Fest coming on, something with the neighborhood. It's like Karen takes care of it. She really and no, Karen's not sweeping the fucking streets of Taylor Street. That's not what I'm saying, right? But Karen Phelan takes pride in where she's from. So she does whatever she can to contribute to the neighborhood, which is a lot these days. A lot. Yeah. People don't know. Your mom's behind the scenes on a lot of that good shit that you see going on Taylor.
Probably where I learned how to be the wizard, right?
Yeah. Dude, and she is, because when I lived there, right, I used to talk to her about these things. I tell everybody the story. Your mom tricked me into signing a Democratic petition one time, dude. I'm telling you. And I couldn't say no.
Right.
How the fuck am I going to say no?
No.
She knew what to say to me. She got me to, she said, listen, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, here. Slide it right to me, mid-conversation, I signed the fucker. Everybody's like, yo, you know what you just signed? I was like, what?
You just signed for Obama.
I was like, Aaron. But your mom is just somebody that you can't say no to. So when she asks you to do something, because she's always doing something for everybody. Remember, Santino's first birthday doesn't happen without Miss Phelan. Miss Phelan got us the okay to throw the party in that cul-de-sac area by the building, right?
Yep.
So, not saying that we couldn't have got it done, right? But Karen Phelan made sure that we were able to do that for Santino's first birthday. So when you see things like you've seen today, dude, it's always heartwarming to see people still doing the things that if there was more people like that in that neighborhood, it would still be the same. And
I love that. Like for the fact, like, think about it. I stopped to take a picture of it, and it was a bad angle of the picture, but if you notice, there's two red baskets there. The bottom one was drinks. The top one was snacks. So you can't see it because they're not sticking out, but there was snacks there. Like, for the delivery, I mean, just that little thing probably makes a difference to any delivery driver person there. Even if they don't want it, the fact that they went ahead and thought that far ahead to say, okay, they might need this, especially during the holiday season. It's kind of like giving cold water to people helping you move or doing stuff in the summer. But even just leaving snacks out, this is their busiest time of the year. They're nonstop moving stuff. They're nonstop deliveries. They have to hit their deadlines, their quotas. They're running through. That little act of kindness probably makes their day.
Yeah, and you hear all the stories that our parents tell us and our grandparents told us of how things used to be over there. And it's good to see that some of them things still do exist. So, major
But
shout
whether they're
out
from
to
the neighborhood originally or not, the fact that they're doing it in the neighborhood says a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't care if you're new or not. Just think about the little things like that. I mean, in a hot day, giving water to your garbage guy, picking up your garbage, delivery guys, some water, a pop, like just those little things make a big difference in people's lives.
Huge difference.
That was a great spotlight because it's showing that it's not just about being an artist. It's just about being a decent human being in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And exactly. If we had more people that just thought that way, the world would definitely be a better place. I know people keep talking about people giving billions of dollars up to solve world hunger. Why don't we start somewhere and just be good people, dude? We'll get to that. We'll get to the world hunger thing. Why don't we just all start being better people, and then maybe we'll see some change?
And honestly, if you think about it, if you guys were better people and you didn't do such horrible, rotten fucking things, you wouldn't have to listen to us.
Yeah. Well, actually, low-key then, wait, hold on. I retract my past statement. Stay pieces of shit, because I need this to support my family, Joey's family, you know what I'm saying? Freddie's family, and so on and so forth. So can you guys keep being scumbags?
Otherwise, the guy with the unibrow from Italy is going to come find you.
Yeah, and I'm not going to call him. We're just saying.
It's just going to happen.
Because I'm sure he'll be out soon anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
I mean, come on. He's going to get that pardon. Biden's going to give him that pardon.
Yeah, and then there'll be a movie made about him soon.
Exactly.
So he'll be, even if he does,
it's going to be written by Troy. It's going to be written by Troy Duffy.
Oh, knock it off. One more thing before we wrap up. I believe we're just about out of time here, but I want to let everybody know Stunt Taylor did announce the drop of his Big Difference music video. Everybody,
when's it dropping?
1/1/2025, man. And listen, I'm trying to talk him in. If you guys run his social media, go run up YouTube. I might be able to talk him into dropping it earlier.
It would be nice. Get a little Christmas present. Get a little end of the year before it comes through.
Run that bitch up for my boy. Run that bitch up for my boy, dude. But if anything, Big Difference music video will be out everywhere January 1st. Make sure you're on the lookout.
With that being said, thanks for effing around in the morning, and this is Joe.
This is JJ, everybody, man. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you for effing around with us in the morning.
See you tomorrow morning.
All right, see you tomorrow morning.
Effing around, start the day. Resting brains, we got something to say. Feel the beat, the energy rise. It's morning mayhem, no surprise. We're effing around, sun's up, it's true. Morning vibes just for you.
Sounds good.